Hello YouTube, we're here again, and this is just the morning after the last video, and I'm commentating afterwards. As you can see, this is just after the final group gets here, and I'm killing the priest. I managed to get through the Massat this time. I just hit the warriors a lot quicker and a lot harder, and it wasn't a big problem. One thing that I did realise was quite tough here is that these necromancers use a skill called Well of the Profane or something. Anyway, that strips my enchantments even through shadow form, so you've got to be quite careful with them. So you see they're casting a lot of spells at me. You just got, but it's not too bad. You just got to watch out for what you're doing and when, really. This group was as easy as I always thought they were going to be. I mean, as I said, I was quite confident in this being easy. It's just, I don't know, I just had bad luck the whole time, and it's such a long time you need to be focusing. Okay, so there's the Confessor. When we meet him, he says, "By my divine hand, you will pay for your heresy," and he says, "You deserve only one punishment, death." He's very easy to kill. He's a really crappy monk. He's got like one healing skill that's easy to interrupt, and that's me just killing him. I decided to stop super speed here because this was a breakthrough for me. This was the first time I'd got it. There I am roaring. I was so happy to get there. It was just a real breakthrough. So now we're going to go back to the keep, and I'm going to start talking again. Okay, alright, I feel pretty great right now. That's most of it done. Now there's this one last part to do, which is risky. You remember those White Mantle Seekers that we avoided right back at the start? Their fight in the keep at the moment's delayed. They're going to be trying to go through this door. I need to make sure that I can run in and kill those before they get to Jarlis and all of those Jade. That is the last thing that I need to do. And then I can talk to the king. Basically, because if the king comes into contact with any of them, I'm not going to be able to fight. Oh, I'm not going to be able to speak to him. Okay, so it looks like my Jade defenders have actually fought them just fine anyway. Alright, so I'm going to kill these guys. These are the last enemies in the keep. I'll super speed it once more. And then we're done. Yes, okay, so super speed. Oh my god, I'm actually ecstatic right now. I'm so happy. Oh, there we go. Yes. Done. Oh my god. Oh no, some more are coming. Oh shit, I forgot about that. Oh crap. Yeah, of course, because... Oh my god, I can't believe I almost failed there. Because I killed those White Mantle earlier, if you remember, that means that now the other ones will be spawning. So even though I've technically completed it, whenever these guys start dying, more White Mantle are going to be spawning. So after I kill these guys, I have to go speak to Jarlis nice and quick. I'm so happy though. I've finished it. I've finished it. This has taken me about 3 weeks and a couple of days. And so much money and so much effort and so much time. I thought this was impossible. When I started this was one of the reasons I wasn't going to do the Let's Play. But it's done. Okay, some more are running in there, which is a shame because they're probably going to mess up the cutscene. But let's speak to King Jarlis. Yes! Bonus complete. Oh wait, hold on. It's a couple of seconds before the cutscene starts, so I'm just going to intercept this guy before he comes and tries to fight. There we go. There we go, yes. Alright, there we go. Finally, we're getting back onto the plot. Now we're going to learn what that teleport was all about, where all the Massat were coming from. Why were they behind there? What was going on? Well, we're about to find out. So more Stone Summit are attacking the keep. Oh, I'm so happy.
Not even death will save you from my wrath.
If you will allow me this indulgence, King Ironhammer, perhaps the Confessor can still be of some use.
So Confessor Dorian's dead, and he's just summoned a shadow out of him. And Dagnar Stonepate's dead, so that's the Stone Summit I dealt with. I'm being attacked there because of that Seeker, but there you go. The Vizier's so awesome.
Never give me the opportunity for revenge.
This is just as it was written in the Flame Seeker Prophecies. An opening will be given to the disciples of the unseen. The peaks and valleys of the Shiverpeaks will be painted in blood. At this time, the ascendants will rise, and the way to the door will be clear. The time of our judgment is near. We must prepare.
Oh, it's pretty cool. As I was saying when we got to this chapter, I reckon, you know, if this was a proper action game, it would be quite a good bit to go through with all the fighting and, you know, 3 different battles and stuff. So, what next? It's a shame the Vizier couldn't help us earlier with all those shadows, would have made it so much easier.
Today's was a great victory, but now your true challenge begins.
Oh, don't tell me it was.
You must go to the Ring of Fire Island chain. In the caldera of the largest volcano, you will find the power you need.
The Ring of Fire? A more treacherous land interior there is not.
True enough, but that is where we will find the door of Komali. Behind it lies the secret to defeating the Mursat.
You're a brave lot, but you'll not make it past the beachhead.
Not without some dwarven help. I...
Breknar's his brother, if you remember.
Breknar, do you know what you are saying?
Yes, brother.
A mission to the Ring of Fire would be suicide.
Then may we meet each other in the afterlife.
Alright, and if you remember, Dagnar is actually...
Through this portal awaits your destiny. Do not let it linger. Seize that which you were born to do.
Until we are reunited in the Great Forge.
Go with honor, my brother. Fight bravely in the name of Deldramor.
Oh, there we go.
It won't be
no.
long now. Not long at all.
So we've been followed, and do you remember that? That is the Lich. We saw the Lich once before, back in Kryta. The Lich was looking for the Scepter of Ore. We didn't learn much else. But he said he could wait an eternity before he got to the Scepter. And who was that with him? So we're being followed by the Lich, and we've come here. We've killed Confessor Dorian, yes. Oh, I'm so happy I've completed that mission. So happy. I might have a drink tonight to celebrate. We've come here, we've killed Confessor Dorian, but the White Mantle aren't necessarily defeated. The Mursat is still alive, and they were all coming from here. We'd been told by Glint, and the Vizier told us in that last mission, that our destiny lies to the west, so clearly we have to come here to help defeat the Mursat completely. You'll notice on the map we're not anywhere near where we were before. We're just on an island chain. This is the volcano they were talking about, and I'm pretty certain we've just completed the hardest mission in Prophecies solo. I don't think anything... It's very hard here all the way through. I mean, just look at the place. It's crazy hard. But I'm pretty sure that I'll be able to complete these with just as much ease. So I'm actually shocked I've completed that. I'm shocked because just the amount of videos I've tried to film, thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna do it, and now I finally have. Oh. Okay. What should I do? Do I want to continue? Is the video long enough yet? Probably not. Okay, I'm going to continue. We're at the Emberlight camp. A few interesting things here. I was going to point out back at the Shiverpeaks, but once we got to the Shiverpeaks, or at least the Shiverpeak missions, the henchmen changed. The henchmen we've been playing through with the whole time, some of them left us and didn't come along with us, and some new ones joined us, and you'll notice that now available for hire is Dwayna, Sin, Mhenlo, and Aiden, and Eve, who I told you about when we were outside the Mesa, who's like the extra one, which is pretty cool. So now really everything we do, we'd be doing alongside them. So if this wasn't solo, obviously I'd be taking them with me. That's one thing to note about here. Second is Shadow. You'll remember her from the Amnoon Oasis. I spent a good deal of time trying to point out her spider Carlotta. So some of the Shining Blade have stayed with us, and they'll be joining us, and the dwarves have come to help us. I'm not really sure how much that's supposed to mean, but this guy here, Dak, basically, as we've been going through, you remember a lot of these outposts I've been saying, oh, they're good to go to if you want to get some skills. This guy basically has every single... I think there's a couple he might not have, but he has essentially every single skill in Prophecies. You can just get any of them. So if you'd missed those extra outposts on your journeys, and hadn't been using tomes or anything like I have been, then this was a really good guy to come to, because it would be like, oh yeah, he's bound to have the skill, he's bound to have it. He's got nearly all of them from the first game. So that's really quite cool, to be honest. We've got another merchant. I'm going to sell my stuff. We got a few golds in that mission. So you can see I'm completely out of consumables again, which is just crazy. Let's see what we've got, shall we? Do I even have a merchant pack? Oh no, I put a lot of my stuff in storage so that I could have this small inventory window here. So I'll pause it for a second, and then when I've got my stuff back, I'll resume. Okay, so let's identify these new things we got. We got Furious Summit Axe, which is pretty good, but not one that I really want. And some armor with some runes and stuff, which we don't need. Okay, let's sell those. Sell, and because Thunderhead Keep took so many missions, I usually wait to read the journal until we reach the next mission. But because that took so many episodes, I'm sure some of you didn't want to watch all of them, because it was just me failing, and that's totally fine. So I'll do the recap now, so that this end video's kind of got everything that happened. Alright, so mission 15, Thunderhead Keep. After my victory against Marcus, I learned that my Deldrimor allies had been forced to abandon their capital city. The Stone Summit, led by the vile Dagnar Stonepate, who murdered Prince Rurik at the Frostgate, now held the city. To make matters worse, an army of White Mantle, led by Confessor Dorian, marched on the Dwarven city. We were caught in the middle, defenceless. I helped King Jarlis storm Thunderhead Keep and retake his home, killing Dagnar Stonepate and avenging Prince Rurik in the process. I then stood with Jarlis and the Deldrimor dwarves in a great battle against the White Mantle, finally defeating Confessor Dorian and striking a mighty blow to the heart of the White Mantle. The Vizier appeared after the battle and brought news about the Messart's true seat of power, as well as the location of the remaining members of the White Mantle Inner Council. A show of solidarity, the Dwarven King's brother came with us to aid our cause. So Dorian wasn't the only leader. I guess they're kind of like the Shining Blade in that they had, a group of people who led them. Dorian was one of them. I believe there are 3 more who we'll learn about in this next quest. So that's where we are, everyone. I hope those last few episodes weren't too boring to watch. They were exceedingly frustrating to play. Anyway, okay, so let's read Emberlight Camp, grab the quest and go. Just on the edge of the Ring of Fire, the Emberlight Camp was established by a group of sailors whose corsair was shipwrecked here during a terrible storm. There is little left today of the original camp, except the story of the men who lived to tell the tale. And yeah, this region, this next chapter, is very, very, very difficult. But I don't think it's going to be as bad as Thunderhead Keep. Alright, let's go. Shadow. Since Confessor Dorian's death, the White Mantle is like a snake without its head. It still writhes and strangles the people of Tyria, but it has no eyes with which to see, no teeth with which to bite. Unfortunately, they still have their so-called unseen masters to assist them. Members of the White Mantle's inner council are meeting with the Messart, in secret, or so they think. We need to get in there and take out all 3 members of the inner council. Think you can handle it? I was born for this.
You honor me.
We meet again. Yes. I quite like Shadow. It's pretty cool. Let's go through then. You can just tell this is basically hell on earth. Look at the rocks, they've got faces in them. It's scary.